In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to load files into your file cabinet and how to share these as well. What's the file cabinet used for? Well, this is a place where you can put resources for your students, and you can also use this as a place to put resources for yourself if you use certain resources when you're grading for a certain class or items that you'll habitually come back to while you're in LearnBryan. So it's good for sharing, and it's also good for resources for yourself. You'll find the file cabinet by going to the Connect tab and then going down to File Cabinet. So we're going to click here and take a look. The default view shows all files that we've loaded. We can filter what we're seeing here in a few different ways. First off, we can click All Shared Files, and this will show us just the files that we've already shared with someone else. So all files will also show those that aren't shared. We can also filter this by clicking the Advanced Filter button, and then we can filter them by the course. We can filter them by the file type, the last update, and also by any tags that we've placed on these items. So once you have quite a few items in here, these can be useful for filtering through to the correct ones. For now, I don't really need to, because I just have these two. We're going to upload a new file here. So I'm going to take a look here, and it looks like I have quite a bit of space left in my quota. So I'm not going to need to worry about removing anything in order to get another file in here. And I'm going to go over to Add Files. Here I have two different options, My Computer and Embed Links. So with the first option, you're going to take a file that's already on your computer and you're going to upload it to LearnBryan, where you don't have to access that on your desktop in order to use that resource, and where your students can access that. With Embed Links, you can actually link to a resource, so you can provide your students with links through this as well. But we're going to get a file from my computer. And we're going to give this a name that will let students know what this is, when they're going to be using it, and then we'll enter something into this description that will give a little bit more context to this. So I've given my students a description, and I'm going to select the course that this is going to be associated with. So even though I'm in my English 101 class right now, I could upload a file to one of my other courses resources. But we'll go ahead and put in English 101, and then we're going to enter in the tags field any things that we think our students might look up in order to find this. And once we've entered those tags, then we're going to finally choose the actual file. So I'm going to click that, and then I will look through my files until I find the correct document. And click Open. I'm going to look here, and I see that the name is correct. So I clicked on the right one. And now I'm going to click Save. Now it has uploaded that file. I'm going to click OK, and I see it right here on my list of all files. I can see from here the description, when it was uploaded, the course code it's associated with, and the tags that I put on it. So if I want to share this with someone, though, I'm going to need to do that as a separate step. So over here on the right, you'll see this green gear, and I'm going to go down to Sharing Options. This will give me a list of all of those students that are associated with this class. So I can share with, this list includes instructors and students. So you can see the role over on the right here. And if you want to filter by just giving this to your students, you can click the Students button here. Now we're just seeing those students. Alternatively, you could click Instructors and just share it with the instructors in the course. But anyway, once you've found those you want to share this with, let's say we want to share it with all students, we can click this button at the top here. It'll check all of our students for us. And this double arrow button here, once we click that, it'll move over anyone who's been highlighted. So now we have all 4 of the students listed on the right, and I'm going to click Save. And again, we get a message saying that the file has been shared. Now we can look here, and in addition to seeing this information, we can see who this has been shared with. This will open out and show us a list of those students. So those are the basics of putting a file on here. But what if you have a file that's already on there that you want to share with someone else? So this first assignment here, this was shared in a previous course. It was also a session of English 101. But let's look at our sharing options here. Okay, so we see for the default is showing us the English 101 Sandbox students. But I can go to any of the other classes that I have and choose that to see the individuals associated with a different class. So we're going to look at a different, newer section of English 101 that I have with some new students. And I'm going to also, I'm going to highlight their names, and now I'm going to bring them over too. And once I hit save, now the students from my previous session will have access to this file, but so will the students in my new session. So I don't have to upload that file again in order to share it with my students. I hope this has helped with getting a sense of how to use the file cabinet.